Hi, my name is Tammy and this is The Rusted Willow. And today, hopefully you know what day it is. It is Third Thursday. So that means it's time for Third Thursday thrift flips. So let's get started. So this thrift flip is actually using some of my stash and a Pinterest dupe. I have a grandbaby. She's turning 1 and I am making her some gifts for her birthday party. And here I'm just going through my wood stash because, oh my Lord, I have a ton and I need to get it used up. So we're going to be working through this wood stash hopefully this summer and getting it used up. And what I found in my stash, I did thrift this crate and I love it because it has the metal on it and it is tall and big and you can fit a lot of things in there. And this is going to be my Pinterest dupe. You probably have seen them all over Pinterest. They're very popular right now for baby showers and first birthday gifts and all of that. So what I'm doing here, I'm just measuring out the trim. We are going to be cutting it in half. Not we, me. I'm going to be cutting it in half. So now he's here helping me drill these holes for the dowel rods. I did get the dowel rod from Walmart. It was like $2.28. I did get the 7/8 inch diameter dowel rod and I wanted it to be kind of a tight fit. So he is just drilling these holes for me so that they are in the same spot on both sides of the trim. And he's using I don't know, some kind of circular bit to do that. I don't know all the names for tools. Sorry. But there we go. All right, all the way through. Okay, and now he's just checking the fit for the dowel rod and both the trim pieces, and they fit perfectly. Now, I will tell you, if you want to make it a little bit bigger, that's completely okay because once you paint it, it's going to swell the wood a little bit. And so it was kind of difficult to get it through there. Now we're just checking the placement. Now we're just checking the placement of the ends. I wanted 2 inches on either side sticking out, so that's what we're doing now. And he clamped the trim to the side and he's just checking the measurements to make sure that it's 2 inches. Now I actually did not nail the trim boards towards the bottom of the crate. I brought them up a little bit because I wanted it to be taller. So we're just checking to make sure we got 2 inches on either side, and then he's marking it so that we can cut the dowel rod off. Okay, now this is what I'm using, the Valspar stain blocking bonding product. It's like $13. It's the same as Slick Stick, and it's only $13, whereas the Slick Stick is, well, I think I paid almost $40 for it for the same amount of product. So I will be using this because honestly, I couldn't even get my Slick Stick bottle open. So I am going over these wood pieces and I am just primering them with this Valspar bonding agent because I want the paint to adhere really well. And I didn't want the boards to soak up all of the paint. And I'm actually going to be using brand new paint that I've never used before. You've probably seen it on other creators' channels. They use it all the time. I wanted to try it myself because I've never used it, so I'm really excited to use some DIY paint and some Annie Sloan paint on these two projects. So again, I'm just primering these boards because I don't want any bleed through. I believe the wood that we used was pine when we bought this trim, and I don't want any glue, bleed through, or any kind of anything coming through. So now I'm using this Annie Sloan color, and I believe it's called, okay, it is called Savinska blue, I think. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but that is the blue color that I used, and this is actually a sample can that I got. I bought several sample cans from a company that was eliminating. So I got this can 40% off, which is a great deal because I believe they're regularly like $18. And that is the color that I'm using on this little baby wardrobe, I think is what you call it. I'm not really sure what you call it. I'm calling it a gift box. I just wanted to remind you that today is Third Thursday Thrift Flips. Elizabeth from Rustic Chicks Designs and myself host this every month on the third Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And this month, our host is Cindy from Z9 Designs. If you have not went over and checked out Cindy's channel or Elizabeth's channel, please do so. I will have their channels linked down below in my description box, as well as pinned in my comments for easy access to their channels, as well as to the playlist. All right, let's get back into these DIYs. Okay, so here I am. I'm just finishing up painting these boards. Okay, so I'm just finishing up with the other side of the trim. And this turns out super cute, guys. Oh my gosh, if you have not made one of these for somebody who's expecting a baby or first birthday or even fifth birthday, I don't know. I did not put wheels on mine, but I do plan on putting wheels on it because I just think it turned out so stinking cute and I love it. Well, I'm sorry, I don't know why I left all this painting in there. My editing skills have failed me in this video. So sorry. But I do love this color. And now I know what color I'm going to be painting my china cabinet in my craft room. So I could not decide whether to paint it gray, white, black, or navy. And the inside is like a light gray, and the outside I started with navy, and I did not finish it because I just was not sold on the navy. And now I know I'm going to be painting it this Annie Sloan color. I love it so much. I'm like, that's the color. So I've been sitting there half painted and I never finished it. And I'm like, you know what? That's just not the color for me. So I'm going to be painting it this color, and hopefully you will be seeing it in another thrift flip video. Man, I wanted you to see that I really painted these boards good. It did dry, the paint did dry fairly quickly, so that was nice. And I gave it 2 good coats. And I even closed up the can really nice. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, so I didn't want these sitting directly on the bottom of the crate. So what I did was I measured 8.5 inches from the top of the crate inside because I wanted the trim pieces about 3 inches from the bottom because I wanted them to be taller. So I just measured 8.5 inches, and then I put in one brad nail to make sure that the rod was level. Now, this kind of gave me some issues because one, I painted the rod and it wouldn't go through very easily. So I had to sand it. I had to sand inside the circles that were cut out. And the easiest way to do this is to put your rod through both of your trim pieces and then put your trim pieces inside the box. And then once you have it in place, so you can see I did not place them towards the bottom. Once you have them in place, then you can brad nail them in place where you want them. Now, obviously it would be easier to nail them to the bottom of the crate so there's not really any unevenness, but I did use a level to make sure that the rod was straight and that both of the trim pieces were in place where they needed to be to, well, have this little wardrobe and gift box look straight. So then I took some tulips that I had on hand in my stash. It's just a garland of tulips that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I wrapped it around the top and down one side. And then I filled the little rack with clothes for her birthday. And then I filled the box down below. I put in some books, a stuffed animal, just different gifts. So anything that didn't have a hanger on it went in the bottom of the box for her first birthday gift. And guys, I just want to thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel and coming back week after week. I know my videos have been a little sparse lately. I've been dealing with some health issues, and so now I'm ready to get back into the swing of things. So let's get on with DIY number 2. All right, so my stepmom picked this up for me. It was $3 at a garage sale, and it has Elizabeth's name on it. I don't know who Elizabeth is, but we're going to make over this little chair and step stool. And I thought this was perfect for a first birthday gift. So I started out by cleaning it and getting all of the stickers off of it. It was pretty grimy and greasy and all of that. So um, that's what I start off doing. And I just use my Koenig spray. I think this works amazing to clean stuff and it takes stickers right off. I didn't have to do any scrubbing whatsoever. I love this cleaning spray. If you have not tried it, guys, the link is down below in my description box and you are welcome to try it. This is not sponsored by them by any means, but if you do try it, there is a discount coupon that they did provide to me and for my viewers. And I use it for everything. I use it for windows, my TVs, to clean my craft table because it cleans off the paint and the glue, hot glue so quickly. So anyway, I just give this a good cleaning all over, top, bottom, everything. And then I take my sander and I just sand all over it. And I'm going to scuff sand the whole entire thing because it does have some kind of finish on it. I don't want that to interfere with the paint sticking or not sticking to the wood. So as you can see, I'm just taking my sander and I'm just going all over all the little edges. Some of them were kind of square, so I rounded them off because I just thought it looked better that way. And I do top, bottom, underneath, everything. Clean it and then I sand it. And then I wipe it down really good. And then I'm trying to figure out how to get these bolts out because I've never seen these kind of bolts before. They have like a square top where they fit into the square peg that they drilled out. And so I'm showing you that it's square. So it fits in there perfectly. And then I just finished sanding. And then once I'm finished sanding, I just wipe everything down really well. And then here I am going to show you, I'm going to go with this slick stick. Well, I could not get the jar open to save my soul. I don't know why it's so tight on there, but my hands don't work as well. I have arthritis in my thumbs, and so I could not get it open. So we went with the Valspar again. So we are using the Valspar uh, stain blocking bonding agent, and it's only $13 at Lowe's. I've featured this before in my videos when I painted our garage door, which is metal. By the way, the paint is still holding up. It hasn't gone anywhere, and this is really an amazing product for $13. And it will save you so much money because it's so much cheaper than the slick stick. Now, personally, I haven't been able to use the slick stick because I can't get the jar open. So hopefully I'll be able to use that soon, and I'll be able to tell you like what the difference is between the two. But so far, this bonding agent works perfectly fine. And I did prime this because it looks like it's just pine wood, and I don't want any bleed through or any stains coming through or anything like that. So both projects got 2 good coats of this Valspar bonding agent. So when I paint any item whatsoever, I usually start at the bottom. And here I'm just showing you, I am doing the bottom. I do every inch of this piece. And I go over it with this bonding agent to make sure that my paint is going to adhere very nicely and give a nice smooth coat. And I just used a foam brush so that way there's no cleaning afterwards. I just throw it away when I'm done. How easy is that? But I really do like this bonding agent. I mean, I used it on a metal door, I used it on brick, and now I'm using it on 2 wood pieces. And let me tell you, it works amazing. So here we are now. I decided to open up my can of Apothecary. I bought it from ooh, Vintage Bee Designs, I think. I don't know. I'll have to look and I will put that in the description box below. They were having a sale, and anyway, I will list their description or their website down below my description box. So if you're interested in purchasing any of the DIY paints, you can go there and get you some. So this is my first time ever using Apothecary, and I know people use it all the time, and I was like, oh, okay, well, it looks like a beautiful color, let me try it. Well, I tried it and I was like, yeah, that's a pretty color. um it was not my favorite, but I still think it turned out gorgeous. And with the white wax, I absolutely loved it. Now, I can't wait to try it with dark wax, but after I put the white wax on here, I loved the color. So I think it's definitely a springy color. And I got to remember that not everything is for me, and some things are for the booths. So I need to appeal to the masses and not just to me. But normally, if I love it, I know somebody else will too. And so I'm just very set in my lane where I paint things and make things to where I love it. And um, I don't particularly cater to the masses. So anyway, and I haven't had any issues with that because I know if I love it, somebody else is going to love it. But at the same time, this is a springy color. I love it, and it turned out beautiful. And it dried really quickly, so I was able to put 2 good coats on here. I did not distress this little stool and seat because I know that the wear and tear from a little one using it, it's going to distress all on its own, and that's kind of the feel I was going for. So we'll just let her distress it as she grows into using it and sitting on it and playing with it and all that stuff. So I'm just really excited for her to get to use this. And it was amazing little chair. So literally, I went out to cut the trim pieces for her first project, the little wardrobe gift box. And I saw this little stool sitting there, and I'm like, I'm going to flip that today. So that's how this came to be, because literally I had something else that I was going to flip. So I'm very excited that I was able to, like, I noticed this just sitting in my stash of stuff in the garage, which I'm not supposed to have. I got to get it out of there. So that's one less thing in the garage. And here I am. I'm just using the white wax and I'm going all over it. And I did not wait very long before I wiped it off the chair seat and the step. But when I did the white wax on the stool part, I did wait a little while to let it dry, and I liked that look a lot better. So I went back to the back and I added more white wax so that way it would match and one wouldn't look more white than the other. And let me tell you, it is gorgeous. And then I know you don't have to do this after white wax, but I wanted to make sure that it was good and sealed because, I mean, a baby is going to be using this, a toddler, and I just didn't want any issues with cleaning it or wiping it down. And so I did go ahead and spray it down with the 2 times flat or the 2 times Rust-Oleum flat clear coat. And now it's time to put it back together. And I did struggle a little bit because it has washers in between the 2 boards. And my husband's like, nope, let me show you how to do this. So he took over and I just let him because I'm like, okay, this is too difficult for me. For some reason, I could not get the washer lined up and I never used those bolts before, but they definitely just go in a certain way. And then you put the washers on the inside and you are good to go. And I did not put her name on it. I just left it as is, but isn't that the cutest little chair? And it folds down to a bench. Now, guys, don't forget to go over and visit Cindy's channel over at Z9 Designs and Elizabeth's channel over at Rustic Chicks Designs. You will not be disappointed. And here is my final reveal. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I so appreciate you watching, and I will catch you in the next one.